Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to have a good old look at Lost Origin, and the reason for that is very simple. You see, Lost Abyss has now been fully revealed over in Japan, and that means that we basically know, with a little bit of question mark, but really not very much, the main, the big, the important cards, which are going to be coming out in Lost Origin. Because you see, Lost Origin is a set which is comprised of two sets over in Japan. We've got the mini set Dark Phantasma and the main set Lost Abyss. And essentially what you do is you mash those two sets together, and that makes the majority, not all, but the majority of Lost Origin. We also have a rather lovely description on the official Pokémon website, which tells us a bunch of stuff about the set and gives us a little bit more information, if any more information was needed. Sound like a plan? Excellent. So let's start off with the things we know essentially for certain. You see, over on the website, we are told that Lost Origin will feature 3 brand new Radiant Pokémon. Well, that's an easy one at this stage, because there were no Radiant Pokémon in Lost Abyss, they were only in Dark Phantasma, and there were exactly 3. We've got Radiant Steelix, which is not the best on them. It's got a giant attack if you shuffle all the energy back into your deck. We've got ourselves Radiant Hisuian Sneasler, which is good for poison decks. And we got ourselves Radiant Gardevoir, which reduces damage done to your Pokemon by 20 from Pokemon V, and is clearly the star of them. So that one's nice and easy. But it actually goes a little bit further. We are told that there is one Pokemon VMAX in the set, only one. It is Kyurem VMAX. And anytime I'm telling you there's a VMAX or a VSTAR, please just assume I'm telling you that the associated V is also coming with it. Because there was only one in Lost Abyss, there's none in Dark Phantasma, so it's going to be Kyurem. Now this tells us a couple of things. Because we've actually got a couple of VSTAR and VMAX decks, which are coming out in Japan on the same day as Lost Abyss. They've got Deoxys and Zeraora, and each of them has both a VMAX and a VSTAR. And we can say with a very high degree of certainty at this stage that the cards from there are not going to be in Lost Origin. And the reason is extremely simple. We know there's only one VMAX in the set. It basically has to be Kyurem, and these decks have VMAXs in. I suppose there is a tiny chance they put the V-Stars in, but they won't, or the Vs, but they won't. These are going to be saved for a later set or promo products down the line. Now, in terms of the V-Stars, we are told there are going to be 6 of them, and the good news is we know what all of these are as well. Because if we head on over to Dark Phantasma, we've got Hisuian Zoroark, Hisuian Goodra, and we've got Magnezone. So it makes perfect sense that, we already know, and we know that Dark Phantasma is in Lost Origin. One of the booster packs features Shiny Gardevoir. One of them features Hisuian Zoroark. So we know that set's coming in. So we can assume that those 3 V-Stars will be in there as well. And this adds up absolutely perfectly, because in Lost Abyss there are exactly 3 as well. We now have seen that we've got Giratina V-Star, Aerodactyl V-Star, and Drapion V-Star. Now at this stage, I think it is absolutely fair to tell you, I am not going to have time, as much as I would absolutely love to, I am not going to have time in this video today to go through in detail as to what all of these cards do, because it would take way too long. But I have analysed all of these cards on this channel, so search around the channel, you should be able to find them pretty easily, and you can go and have a look at all of these cards in detail, get a proper analysis of them. And I don't see any way in which these are not the 6 V-Star. There are 2 Japanese sets we're mashing together to make it, each of them has 3 V-Star, they have to be the 6. So where do we come down with Pokemon V? The Pokemon V is really interesting, because we are clearly told there are 14 powerful Pokemon V. And we can put them all together And I've got a list of 14 Pokemon V that I'm fairly sure is it, but that just leads to questions. So, if we take the 6 V-Star, assuming we're right, and like I've said, we kind of have to be, then that means we're going to have Vs for Magnezone, for Hisuian Zoroark, and for Goodra, that's from Dark Phantasma. We're going to have Vs for Giratina, and Aerodactyl, and Drapion. Those are from Lost Abyss. And then we're going to have Kyurem for the VMAX as well. So there's 7 of them before we even get going. And then we need to look at all the Pokemon V that were in those sets that didn't get V-Stars or VMAXs. So over in Dark Phantasma, we've got Gallade. We've got Enamorus, the first ever Enamorus card. And incidentally, Enamorus is on one of the booster packs. So it is confirmed there is Enamorus V in the set. We know that that's happening. So that one we don't need to worry about. We know that that's coming. We know that that's in the set. Don't worry. Some of these other ones could actually end up being excluded, which would be weird, but I could see it happening. Enamorus will not be one of them. It is definitely in the set. Good. And then we've got from Lost Abyss your Pidgeot, your Delphox, your Galarian Berserker, and your Rotom. And that actually makes 14 very, very nicely. 6 that would have V-Stars, 1 that would have a V-Max, and 7 others. That's 7 plus 7. That is 14. And that's your lot, ladies and gentlemen. That's your lot. But that's not actually as simple and as easy as you might think. Because this is where it gets a bit weird. Because I remember that there were 2 Pokemon V that were cut from Astral Radiance that should have been in there. Virizion V was in Battle Region, which should have been part of it was part of Astral Radiance. Part of Astral Radiance was Battle Region. That set was taken and plonked in, and Virizion V was in that set. So, should have been in Astral Radiance, but wasn't, which is extremely weird to me. And very similarly, we had Jirachi V, and Jirachi V should have been, it was in Time Gazer, and Time Gazer was put into Astral Radiance, so Jirachi V should have been in Astral Radiance. And the thing is, if they don't put Virizion and Jirachi into Lost Origin, that's weird. And actually, I'm going to just put a little appendix in here, just for the pedants like myself. Jirachi and Virizion were in Astral Radiance as full art cards, but we're still missing the regular versions, which is why I'm talking about them here. I suppose it is worth pointing out that does make it less likely they'll be in Lost Origin, but we really don't know. So for the rest of the discussion, I'm including them, because we are still missing the regular versions of them, and we've got to get them at some point. But like I've told you, there are 14 Pokemon V in Lost Origin, and they sync up so beautifully with the 14 Pokemon V that are in the 2 Japanese sets that make up Lost Origin. But then if they put them in, they've got to take other Pokemon out. And I think all the ones that have V-Stars and V-Maxes are safe, and Enamorus is safe. In theory, any of the others could end up being cut at this stage to make room for Virizion or Jirachi to come back, or maybe they make Virizion and Jirachi wait again. Now, there are a couple of Korokoro promo Pokemon V. Those are your Pikachu and your Eevee. I think it's fair to say we're not getting them in this set. I assume we'll probably get them at some point, along with the VMAX we're still missing, but they're almost certainly going to be promos or chucked in a set down the line or something. I wouldn't expect to get them in this set. We are also missing a couple of gym promos. There is Kyogre that I just showed you for the first time last weekend, and there is also Ursaluna. Those are Pokemon V that were gym promos over in Japan. As it stands at the moment, I would not expect either of them to be in the set. The Pokemon V gym promo for those was actually Infernape, and we finally had confirmation that is coming in its own box soon. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Ursaluna and Kyogre get their own boxes or be put in a bit of a fill-up set later on down the line. I wouldn't expect either of those. It's also fair to assume that we do have there's that V and VSTAR promo pack I showed you the other day. Last weekend? I wouldn't expect them to be coming. Remember, we got 2 pairs of Pokemon V and VSTAR. We've got Rotom V and VSTAR. We've got Zamazenta V and VSTAR. The V is an alternate art reprint. And Zacian V and VSTAR, all the other cards are new. I wouldn't expect them to be coming here. Maybe they're going to be promos. Maybe they're going to be in a set down the line. We're actually missing quite a lot. If we say that the 14 Vs from the 2 Japanese sets are going to be in Lost Origin, then we're still missing Virizion and Jirachi that got cut from Astral Radiance. We're still missing EVV and Pikachu V and the VMAX and Korokoro promos. We're still missing Kyogre and Ursaluna, the gym promos. We're still missing Deoxys and Zeraora V, VMAX and VSTAR from those decks. And we're missing the pairs of V and VSTARs coming in that product in early August over in Japan. That's basically a set's worth. I mean, if we look at Lost Origin, has confirmed 6 VSTAR, 1 VMAX, and 14 Pokemon V. Putting together all the cards we're missing that I've just outlined for you, we've got 9 Pokemon V, 5 Pokemon VSTAR, and 3 Pokemon VMAX. That is almost enough to just make up a new set, which is crazy. That is a lot of missing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That is an awful lot of missing stuff. 5 VSTAR, 3 VMAX, 9 Pokemon V. Yeah. But at some point, Pokemon are going to have to play catch up, because this is really starting to add up. So, to summarize, I think the 3 Radiant Pokemon are known and is easy. I think the 6 VSTAR and the 1 VMAX are known and is easy. As for the 14 Pokemon V, that gets very interesting, and there's a lot of missing stuff. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your predictions. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.